sick of all these little hookers trying to say my son is the daddy. I get babies dropped off here, dropped off there. I'm sick of it.
But
stop, because that baby is not my son.
We had sex, unprotected.
It wasn't baby making sex. It was angry sex.
It's not about baby making sex. Sex is sex.
Whether it's baby making, love making, hate
making, sex is sex, and she's still here as a baby. It don't matter what type of sex it was unprotected.
So I don't have that. If you can sleep with somebody else, man, then you got low sex.
Ladies, let's get some order.
The courtroom drama heats up early on. Ms. McBirth is suing Ms. Jackson for a cool $1,000 for defamation of character, alleging Ms. Jackson unleashed a series of scandalous comments on social media. She claims these comments tagged her and her kin as deadbeats, stirring significant personal turmoil and a family uproar. Just wait, the emotional thermometer is about to burst.
Furthermore, you're suing Ms. Jackson for $1,000 for defamation of character because you claim she posted comments on social media claiming you and your family are deadbeats.
The air thickens with tension as Ms. McBirth launches into a tirade. She unloads on Ms. Jackson with a barrage of derogatory labels, calling her trash, trouble, and trifling. She lays down a vehement denouncement of Ms. Jackson, highlighting stark differences in appearance between Ms. Jackson's child and her own family, steadfast in her claim that there's no way the child could be her son's. Buckle up, because the verbal fireworks are just getting started.
So, Ms. McBirth, why do you believe your son's not the father?
She is trouble with a capital T. I call her the 3 T's. Trash, trouble, and trifling. That's what she is. The little boy looks nothing like my son or any member of my family.
Absolutely, ma'am. What did you bring? Piece of evidence, Jerome, may I see that, please? A photo of your son and the child in question? Right. And you say the child looks nothing like your son?
That baby white as snow. There's no way grandchild or my son's baby.
Just when you think things can't get more fiery, a heated debate explodes over the child's paternity, with accusations zipping about Ms. Jackson's intentions and character. Ms. McBirth stands her ground fiercely, convinced that Ms. Jackson is attempting to foist an unrelated child upon her family, her doubts and animosity boiling over. Hold tight as the plot thickens even further.
When you say she's trying to push the baby on you, what do you mean?
She wants me to acknowledge that that child is my son. That's not gonna happen.
No, I think she's more so upset.
Tell me about the first time you met Elijah.
I seen him at the doctor's office where I was taking his real children to the doctor, past him, and I kind of glanced over there, and white baby, I knew it wasn't mine, and I ain't had nothing to say or do about it since then. She need to get that out of her head. That child is not my son's baby.
You won't believe this next part. Ms. McBirth lets loose a torrent of frustration about the lineup of women claiming her son is the father of their kids, painting a picture of a recurring nightmare that has heaped a heavy burden on her shoulders. She expresses her exhaustion and irritation at what she views as an endless parade of false paternity claims. The saga continues, and it's juicier than ever.
I'm sick of all these little hookers trying to say my son is the daddy. I get babies dropped off here, dropped off there. I'm sick of it.
But
stop, because that baby is not my son.
Here's the thing that she does.
Here's the
Sorry.
That's a lie.
Yes, she's a liar because you just had a wild sex party that got shut down by the police station last night.
Hello.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Things are reaching a boiling point. As the court session progresses, it's crystal clear that both Ms. McBirth and her son, Mr. Hughes, have a rocky relationship with Ms. Jackson. The mother airs out her profound vexation with her son's irresponsible antics, which have repeatedly resulted in paternity dramas. Gear up, because there's more turbulence ahead.
Do you have anything to say about your son's behavior?
My son I know exactly what type of person he is. He just as trifling as she is. He's a handsome guy. He's my son. What he do, he's still gonna be my son.
When you look at this picture,
it make me want to throw up.
It seems like your son is kissing the baby. It makes you want to throw up.
Why?
For your son to be kissing an innocent child?
Because it's not his.
It doesn't matter, really, if he's showing the child.
Are you ready for more courtroom roller coaster? The paternity test results come thundering in.
Pertaining to 2-year-old Elijah Jackson, and whether Mr. Hughes is the father. Mr. Hughes, you are Elijah's father.
No! That's a lie! That's a lie! That's a lie!
Strap in for this wild ride. Ms. Beckley comes out swinging, claiming she's in court to prove Mr. Allen is the biological father of her 1-year-old daughter, Adelaide Beckley. Her frustration is palpable as she recounts how Mr. Allen has barely been involved, demanding he step up to the plate today. Buckle up, because the courtroom is heating up.
Beckley, you are in court today to prove Mr. Allen is the biological father of your 1-year-old daughter, Italy Beckley. You say Mr. Allen had only seen his daughter one time since she has been born, and you want him to take responsibility responsibility starting today.
Yes, Your Honor.
You won't see this twist coming. Mr. Allen throws a curveball by declaring his certainty that he is not Ida Leigh's biological father, blaming Ms. Beckley's claims for causing friction in his current relationship. He questions the conception timeline and relationship dynamics, making everyone in the room lean in a bit closer. Things are about to get even more tangled.
Mr. Allen, you say are more than certain you are not biological father and claim Ms. Beckley's accusations are driving a wedge between you and your fiance.
Yes, Your Honor.
Grab your popcorn, folks. Ms. Beckley pours her heart out, describing the emotional toll of Mr. Allen's absence on her and Ida Leigh. She's not holding back, sharing her struggles with single parenthood and her deep-seated anger towards Mr. Allen for his neglect. And just when you think it can't get more intense, it does.
I'm angry. She's without a father, you know, and it's terrible that she has to go through that, and I'm raising her on my own. I just feel like you should be a dad to her, because you are her father.
And you feel like he's just neglecting your child.
He's neglecting her. With the other two kids we have, he's in their life, but you're not in hers. And it makes me feel like wow, like really?
Oh, it's getting spicy now. A fiery debate erupts about the specifics of Mr. Allen and Ms. Beckley's relationship around the time Ida Leigh was conceived, including a detailed recount of their less-than-romantic encounters. Every detail is scrutinized under the courtroom's microscope. Stick around, because the fireworks are just beginning.
Well, me and Ms. Beckley had separated. We were co-parenting. We were still good friends.
On Germany's second birthday, he wasn't staying with me, but he ended up coming back on her birthday. We had sex, unprotected.
It wasn't baby making sex. It was angry sex.
It's not about baby making sex. Sex is sex.
Whether it's baby making, love making, hate making,
sex is sex, and she's still here. It's a baby. It don't matter what type of sex it was unprotected.
It was angry sex. I was mad at the fact that she put me at the house, that I had been there taking care of her and the children.
Here's where it gets juicy. Ms. Beckley reveals bombshell evidence showing Mr. Allen's signature on the birth certificates of their other kids, but notably absent on Ida Leigh's. Her disappointment is loud and clear as she calls him out for missing crucial moments, like her emergency C-section. Wait till you see Mr. Allen's comeback.
I was at the hospital by myself. He was not there. I have evidence here.
I'd like to see it.
He signed Germany's and Xavier's birth certificate. Hers is not signed.
So the first one is for Germany, Jacqueline Allen. Second one, Xavier Dantes Tyrell Jerome Allen. Third one, Italy, Lisa Alexandria Beckley. No father listed. You didn't even give her his last name.
He don't deserve it.
Can you feel the heat? Mr. Allen accuses Ms. Beckley of blocking him from taking a DNA test not once, but twice, which he says fueled his paternity doubts. His frustration is off the charts as he claims these actions show her dishonesty. The judge's eyebrows are about to reach her hairline.
The point is, I'm trying to understand your doubt, Mr. Allen.
Denied me the DNA test not once, but twice. That's what gave me further doubt. For the fact that the way she told me that she's pregnant was too fast, the time of conception, she said that the baby went full term, April 1st. The baby was due March 11th.
Things are getting heated. The judge steps in, spotlighting the ongoing chaos and dysfunction between Ms. Beckley and Mr. Allen, emphasizing the negative impact on their daughter, Ida Leigh. She doesn't mince words, calling out their harmful dance of arguments. Get ready, because the judge is about to lay down the law.
I'm starting to understand what's going on here. You know this choreography. Arguing and dysfunction and yelling and back and forth. You all do this well.
Your Honor, I stepped away,
And
Your
this
Honor.
little girl is the one suffering because she's a year old with no father.
Watch as the plot thickens. Enter Mr. Allen's fiancé, who stirs the pot by alleging that Ms. Beckley told another man he was the father, which adds layers of drama and doubt to the already sizzling courtroom saga. The anticipation is building, and you won't believe what's up next.
Mr. Allen, you brought a witness. I'd like to hear from her. Ma'am, please state. State your name for the record.
Cheyenne Montgomery. I'm Darius' fiance. She has told Darius that he was not the father. It's been said that she's told another guy he was the father.
Okay, y'all got proof of that, and y'all fiancés with a ring at?
Girl, mind your business.
You have no business. That's why you're here. Because you're worried about, was you in the bed with me when we had her?
And now, the moment of truth. The DNA test results are in.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Allen, you are the father.
Told you. You too, fiancé. Stepmama.
Here we go again. Can you believe it's Ms. Austin's third time stepping into this courtroom? She's back with the same opponent, Mr. Wallace, and this time it's about the paternity of her 9-month-old son, Ronald. The saga continues, and you might want to grab some popcorn because the drama unfolds even more from here.
This is your third time here in our courtroom with Mr. Wallace and Ms. Roberts. Previously, you were here because Mr. Wallace questioned the paternity of your other child, but now you find yourself in the same situation. Today, you say you need to prove to Mr. Wallace that he is the father of your 9-month son, Ronell, so that he can begin to step up and be a father.
Hold on to your seats, folks. Mr. Wallace is throwing doubt like confetti at a parade, questioning if he's really the father of Ronell. His doubt is as thick as the tension in the room, all stemming from his suspicions about Ms. Austin's loyalty. Just wait until you hear what he says next. It's a doozy.
Mr. Wallace, you claim you have multiple reasons to doubt when it comes to whether or not you are the biological father of this child, and hope today is your last visit to this courtroom.
Let's take a quick trip down memory lane. We're thrown into a flashback that gives us the lowdown on their past court battles and the shaky ground of their relationship. It's like watching a soap opera, but in court. The stakes are high and the emotions higher. Brace yourself. The courtroom's about to turn up the heat.
Is an innocent baby. Like, I ain't have a father in my life, so I don't want my kids.
She is a whore.
Mr. Wallace, you're not going to woman in this courtroom that way. You better fight yourself. Get out of the courtroom, Mr. Wallace.
I never had anybody that would be a man, just need help on.
And that's why we're here.
Just when you think you've seen it all, the courtroom turns into a reality show set. Ms. Austin and Ms. Roberts can't keep their cool, and chaos ensues with screams and a bit of a scuffle, leading to Ms. Roberts' exit stage left. The dust will settle, but not before more fireworks.
She was sleeping around.
If I'm dead, so why you keep on sleeping with me? Why? Pregnant again!
Easy access.
Say that about
All
her,
right.
yeah.
Allow me to sleep.
I'm gonna keep on just because I know that you with her. She's
So,
allowed.
I don't have that.
Yes,
If you
do.
can sleep with somebody else,
Yes,
man,
you
then
do.
you got low
I know
self-esteem.
you're not talking.
Ladies.
I know you
Let's get some order.
Fasten your seatbelts, because the accusations are flying faster than a speeding bullet. The courtroom becomes a hotbed of revelations about past infidelities and mistrust. Mr. Wallace is adamant about his doubts, and Ms. Austin is on the defensive. The tension could be cut with a knife. Wait until you see the next twist.
You were outlining that you felt like Ms. Austin was sleeping around.
If you're talking to other people right after you're pregnant, I'm gonna have doubts about the child.
Miss Austin, are you admitting that you also had a relationship with somebody else during the time?
No, I wouldn't even call it a relationship.
It was just someone else you were seeing.
Talking to, because I was hurt. Trying to get back to Aunt Rangel, things that he has done to me.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Drum roll, please. Judge Lake reveals the results of the DNA test.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Wallace, you are Ronell's father.
Can you believe that reaction? At the 10-second mark, the audience warmly greets the court with a good day. Shortly thereafter, Mr. Barlow asserts that his 8 children bear a strong resemblance to him, unlike Ms. Winslow's son, Jabril, leading him to doubt his paternity. The implication is clear as he directly states that he is not Jabril's father, raising questions about the child's true lineage. Just when you think it's settling, the next moment adds even more spice.
Good day, everyone.
Good day, Jan.
Mr. Barlow, you say your 8 kids look exactly like you, but the defendant's son, Jabril, looks nothing like you. And that's because you're not his father, and you know who is.
Yes, Your Honor.
This accusation just raised the stakes. During this segment, Mr. Barlow expresses his suspicions about Ms. Winslow's fidelity, suggesting she was involved with the landlord during his absence. He reveals his habit of frequent phone checks due to a history of infidelity, further complicating their relationship. The tension escalates with Ms. Winslow defending her actions by emphasizing the landlord's presence was purely professional, a claim met with skepticism by Mr. Barlow, and it only intensifies from here.
Your Honor, I doubt these things due to the fact that during the time of Jabril's conception,
he was around enough for us to conceive.
as I was away, I believe she was sleeping with the landlord.
And that's not possible, Your Honor. The landlord...
Why do you believe that? What evidence do you have?
As I was away, I would call all the time. Plus, I got a long past of infidelity. I got a long history of infidelity. And so I left. When I went away, she said payback some.
Here's where things start to heat up even more. Mr. Barlow questions the appropriateness of the landlord's late visits, hinting at potential misconduct. Judge Lake tries to rationalize the situation by suggesting that the landlord's presence was necessary for apartment repairs. However, Mr. Barlow remains unconvinced, highlighting unusual timings and activities that fuel his doubts about the nature of the landlord's visits. Keep watching, the tension escalates in the next segment.
Mr. Barlow, clearly if the landlord's going to repair something in the apartment, so if she says, I'm going to call you back because the landlord is here to make sure he's fixing the right thing?
I'm calling at 10 p.m. and he there.
You call at 10 and he's there. The landlord's at the house at 10 p.m.
Yeah,
And you know why, Your
beds and
Honor?
stuff.
Because he doesn't have contract. He does things
So what his
in a
so-called girlfriend
three-story
about
building
this?
himself.
The drama unfolds further with this revelation. Ms. Winslow recounts her desperate situation after being duped by another landlord, explaining how the current landlord allowed her to move in without an immediate rent payment due to her circumstances. This act of kindness is portrayed by Mr. Barlow as suspicious, this, suggesting ulterior motives, which leads to further debate about the landlord's role and intentions. The next part brings even more revelations.
Now, you gotta pay me $2,500 for rent, right? For what reason do I say, okay, you ain't got it, just give me $300?
This is what happened. When I moved into this apartment building, I had got duped by a crooked person. The landlord that I was supposed to move into a house in, I paid him $2,000. What I went to do is get my lights cut on, and they told me that the place that I was trying to rent, tell him I have no money. I just gave my $2,000 to a landlord that was crooked, and I can't even move in the house.
This moment is absolutely heart-wrenching. Ms. Winslow tearfully expresses her fears that her son was switched at birth, given his unexplained appearance differences. This emotional revelation comes after she faces constant public scrutiny and questions about her son's ethnicity. The idea of a hospital mix-up is so distressing that it pushes her to conduct personal research on the frequency of such incidents, hoping for answers. As emotional as this is, the conclusion will touch your heart even more.
I did a research online. Here.
Let me see that.
And
What did you
28,000 babies have been switched at the hospital, and find out later on that their parents aren't their biological children.
The fact that there are about 28,000 babies that get switched at birth in the hospital every year. And you have so much doubt, not just surrounding the paternity, but also as to whether or not you're the child's mother, because everywhere you go, people are asking you.
Everywhere I go.
The tension breaks with a moment of truth. In the final resolution, Judge Lake confirms Ms. Winslow's maternity with almost absolute certainty after reviewing the DNA test results.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Barlow, you are the father.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you.